Okay.
All right, thank you. Let's call to order the September 14th Golf Commission meeting. This is Keith Varian, and here in person at the clubhouse, we have Peter, Michael, Christine, Liam, Paul. Why did I say that? Priscilla. Christine hopefully will be calling in. And then we have Peter, Jim, and Anthony as well.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. First, let's act on the minutes. Did everybody have a chance to look at the minutes? All right. I have no comments. They look good to me. All right. I make a motion to approve the minutes. Second by Michael. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? It's everybody voted in favor except for Paul, who abstained.
Except for who? Oh, Paul
Gleason,
abstained because he wasn't. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Moving on to the Pro Manager report. Jim.
No formal report.
No formal report this month. Anthony.
Numbers were good. I don't have anything to add to that. Numbers are still good.
All right. Numbers are good. Superintendent, Peter.
A lot to do. People are requesting a lot of things. We're trying to get through them all. There's paths to be big. Footbridge to be big. Streets to come down. Teeth to be built. And so the cutting grass.
I promised Craig that I would get some dates out of you for some of those projects that he was looking for. Any thoughts on what we could tell him?
The lady went based on fees. I'm not quite sure exactly what we want to do over here.
Keith, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Is it possible for him to move closer to the phone?
Yeah, sorry.
He was
being, Thank you.
Wait, you hear me?
We're going to get the footbridge done pretty quick. All the materials are coming in for the footbridge on 4. As far as the path between here, I want to match it up. I don't know what exactly.
Footbridge, I don't know what that is.
The footbridge. Over the that monstrosity they built on 4T. They built that monstrosity on 4T.
The environmental area.
Yeah,
so
the environment.
You're going to build a footbridge over
Well, because everybody's got to walk way around, and so we're going to build a footbridge.
Build a little
Footbridge. That was requested.
over the bog.
And as far as this little path out here, we'll do something out here. I'm just not quite sure. The footbridge will be built first, and the path. And like I said, see, there we go. I have
and where is the path?
The path, the footbridge on 14.
No, you said. Okay.
Oh, the path. No, the path from the locker, the bag storage area to the first tee, which personally,
okay,
I'm not sure if it really needs to be done, but we'll look into that. But the footbridge will definitely be done. And then, as Priscilla over here is asking, is about the 4th tee, 6th tee, 4th tee. But now I'm hearing rumors about the 4th tee for the ladies. You don't like it there. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, Jim and I discussed it. And we discussed that it has to be in front of the environmental area, left side. I mean, I don't even know if there's room to put it back anymore, right?
There may be room left, but it's a decision I think the ladies group has to make.
Okay. It's a decision the ladies group's got to make, and but we're looking. There's a lot to do, and then we, of course, then we have letters from other people who want trees cut down, and I agree, but I went down the first hole, and there's 45 trees on the first hole alone that need to come down. So it's like I said, we're getting letters for that. So there's a lot to do here. I got my hands full, and we're just trying to prioritize everything one at a time. And it's not like I have a crew of 25 guys here that can get all this done. And we also have to cut grass. Little leprechauns do not come out in the middle of the night and cut the grass and get the greens all the way they are. So,
Peter, are you at full staff right now? I mean, with the COVID and all, do you have people that have opted out or whatever that you don't have full staff?
I have full staff here. It's full staff. That's a relative term.
Yeah, normal.
I mean, it's you go to some other places, they have 21 guys working.
Cutting grass on certain days.
Yeah.
Just wasn't sure.
So.
Kind of short.
So, I mean, I have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. And try and knock them off one at a time.
So we really wasn't need more staff.
Well, that'd be nice, but not going to happen.
Because there's no open time the whole season, part of the problem, because you don't have any openings to do stuff on them.
Well, that's the other thing. Once we get caught in play, it's a nightmare. So I got guys sitting. I got.
I'm not familiar with town how things work, but like this bridge, it seems to me that the town could build that, but it's been put on your shoulders. Is it possible to get town carpenters to come in? Because I know in the past they've done stuff like that.
Yeah, but no, my guys are more than capable of doing
I know
that.
they're capable, but you were saying you got all the stuff to do.
No, yeah, but that's part of it. The building committee asked us about it. They asked about the path out here, and again, we're going to try and accommodate everybody. But it's a matter of time and money and getting it done.
Is this something we should be talking about?
Yeah, speaking about that, we're talking whether we can get somebody, even temporary, just to help with some of these bigger projects.
I mean, it feels like you need more guys.
We have a budget. We have to
ramp that down. Yeah, so I'm just wondering where we are. Right, so we will start talking budgets, or I'll start sitting with Peter and Kim probably in the next 2 months or so to start talking budgets for next July. Yeah, our budget for this season is already shot. We're not going to can't add people in between. However, if Paul brought up the point of, well, can't we just have DPW come in and do it? If Peter wanted to have DPW, all you got to do is ask us if they could allocate time to come up here to do that project and not take Peter's guys away from whatever they're doing. Sure, I just don't know where it would fall on their check, their punch list.
But what I'm seeing in the numbers, just to clarify budget, what we have, our revenue's going to be.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So our revenue going through the roof right now,
Right.
nobody is going to care about. Yeah. They look at our expense, and sorry, I can't recall the number off the top of my head of whatever our salaries or our seasonal salaries are, and that's all. If you have this chunk of money, if we wanted to go back to the Board of Finance and go through the proper steps to say, well, look, we are bringing in all this extra money, and we want you guys to transfer money back into here, by the time we go through that process and get them to approve that, we'll be into the next budget cycle already. It's just how municipalities look at things, and they don't look at profit and loss. I mean, I always put together a profit and loss and show you guys, here's our expenses versus our revenue, and we bring in X amount of dollars. Yeah. They don't look at it that way in municipality setting. It's just they look at your expense, and that's what it is. They look at your budgeting number. Like this past year, we were short $40,000 in greens fees. Well, why were you short? Well, COVID. Next year, we're going to be up, however much we're up, provided we keep this up.
Thank you very much.
And they're going to, right, exactly. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be thank you very much. So the answer is no.
Yeah. But isn't there any project that you'd be comfortable giving over or calling or leaning on DPW to help, take them off of your plate?
I've been trying to get through what that's going to get it up to.
Yeah, the trees jump out. Yeah.
That's what I get. It's too busy. And
right now they are, unfortunately. Yeah, right now it's a bad time to talk trees.
Yeah. And now I keep cutting the grass. We've been actually knocking a lot of stuff down.
Right. Well, just stay in touch with us because as you get overwhelmed or if there are projects that you think you can, lean on other people, let us know and we're happy to help.
I almost feel that should be a discussion in advance, not like, hey, we figured out with you guys on Thursday. Exactly. Maybe that's not season.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Not to sound like previous lawyer, but the letter that Craig Curley wrote questioning the walkway, the bridge, and that's the water spigot that they were talking about. DPW was done this about 6 weeks ago.
So that's separate.
They had to take a hose there, and out the door. That was 6 weeks ago. We had to see them.
Yeah.
For an hour process.
Yeah, that one was for DPW. I know that one was. I actually questioned the footpath, right? Because the footpath goes to what will now be the bag drop area in next season, right? And everybody will be walking out of that building. They won't be crossing that footpath. So that footpath is really relevant for the next 2 months, and then I'm not sure it is relevant anymore. So that's why I would tell you to prioritize the other stuff, and I'm happy to tell that to Craig. But there already is a footpath. My guess is that footpath isn't going to stop, right?
Yeah, it have rain in it.
It was what?
It's not.
Right there. Just walk straight from there to behind the first tee. Where you come out of the box.
Yeah, we come out of the box right behind the first tee. I mean, I think it makes sense because people will always walk there, but because it's halfway, right? It goes halfway and then it stops into that circle area where you sit, and then to the other side. I don't think it's a priority.
And if it gets muddy, you walk around.
And it's the muddy part that's the problem, is that you could slip. All right. Okay. All right, let's move on. Greens Committee. It's on the agenda, this order.
What can I say? I mean, I'm hoping, I was reading in the minutes that you had hoped to get to the...
So I need Priscilla to get closer, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I'm moving.
That was my fault. For the minutes for the last meeting, it was hoped to get to the tees by the end of August. Unfortunately, obviously, that hasn't happened. So hopefully we can get to those this month. The 9th tee, unfortunately, but we've talked about this before, is unplayable. So literally...
It's getting better.
The 9th tee is awful. It's not, but still. It's right. But, I mean, these are things that hopefully can be addressed, that can be prioritized, because we've been waiting a long time. And the greens look good. The fairways, are they diseased, or is it just a lack of irrigation or lack of rain? Or because I've seen a lot of bare spots on the fairways. Yeah, and so that's not going to. Okay, so that's really not going to get fixed till next season, basically.
Over there.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You already started a little bit doing that, right?
They just top dress. They didn't do any air farm.
Oh, all right.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I sound like a broken record, but we just need to get this done for.
So do I. But they're also.
I mean, we haven't been talking about the same items. So again, I know we have a priority list, and these are all different. Everybody's asking for it at the same time. I think some of these items, particularly maybe the 9th tee, let's try to get on that one because that's something that you've been on for a while.
The 9th tee, the 6th tee, and then the 7th tee, without a doubt.
And from the men's perspective, the 4th tee's a mess, and it's been a mess as long as I've been here. We've tried. It needs someone that understands there's rock under it. We need to build it or do something. I'm sorry, 2. we started talking about 4. 2. 2's a mess, and it's been that way. It's not repairable, in my opinion. I'm not an expert on how grass grows, but I've seen that by this time every year, from the back of the green tees to the back of the black tees. Jim, tell me if I'm wrong. It's always sand by you get to this time of the year. And
it was done
because of ledge and trees, right?
It was done 4 or 5 years ago like that.
Yeah.
We expanded it. We took down the trees.
I remember.
Peter is the superintendent. I think more trees need to come down. Just get it fine.
Right.
And I understand that there's ledge underneath, so maybe we need more dirt. Yeah. But we should be serious about that and get it fixed instead of just band-aiding it.
The other thing to remember about that tee, though, is that's an iron hole. Most people are hitting irons off that tee, and that's
Right.
where you get
Right.
a tremendous amount of business compared to most other par four.
I'm going driver now, Jim. I am. Trying to get it. I can't get over that tree, though. I just keep grabbing my ball.
I've gone to a 7 with Jack.
This last meeting, it wasn't a storm, it was more out of electricity.
Yeah.
So there's other priorities.
Yes. That's how the trees are. The same thing. I mean, we got a lot of emails. We'll talk about them later about trees. That's probably what you were talking about too. You get the email about the trees. Again, I think at some point if we get the tree warden here, you could walk it with the tree warden. That would be helpful. But I don't know how or when we do that right now. I mean, I got to imagine the tree warden is getting tons of phone calls, right?
Yeah, but off season.
He's not going to come up here. He doesn't oversee it. That's why.
Yeah, all right.
I can go crazy, but
We still can't get
you know,
hours and wait.
want to write a letter about it, put $100,000 check in it, and I'll get some guys, okay? I mean,
But off season.
But how do you know
guys
what trees to take
trees.
down, right? Like, but how would you? I mean, like, do you just pick and choose then?
These guys take them out off season.
yeah, I mean, I've already taken it.
He's got some good tree guys.
No. I'm not saying you don't take them down. I'm saying, but how do you pick which tree is the right tree to come down? You just know which ones are hanging over the fairway, and that's.
You know, the fairway, something all shoes on the fairway.
Yeah.
Rough, 18, 6. There's a bunch of trees.
So you have a list of trees.
Oh, yeah. But that.
So when would you do that? Like after the season, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to do it now. But,
Yeah, it's hard to do it.
It's crazy. You know.
Yeah, you can do it at dark.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen open spots on tee sheets today.
Oh, there were some today?
Spots on tee sheets today. So.
Jim, what's going on? There's open tee. Yeah, there's never any.
But, I mean, then the other problem is after you take all the trees down, then you got the stumps. Now we got to grind down the stumps.
Yeah, right.
The stumps all the way down to 1, the 11. I wish I could go like that.
That's true too, right.
All right.
Those trees up and down the hill. That's comes from Swartwood. That's all. Along the trim. Drop.
All right. You guys good?
Done.
All right. Just keep us updated. That's all we're asking. Just keep us updated. You can do that. Moving on. Old business. Clubhouse building update. Pretty much had it. If anybody wants any more info. We had a great tour, Prue. The building looks great. It's on track.
Oh, good.
Still on November. I'll tell you, we were all impressed by it. It looks really, really good.
Well, they have worked hard.
Yeah, concession RFP. Prue, we had 3 really good interviews. I think we were all excited about all 3 of them. Any quick initial thoughts from anybody?
I think we got three great choices.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. That's a good way of phrasing it. Yeah.
What was that?
Mike said that he thought we had 3 good choices. They're different but sort of the same because they're all good operators.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking, Prue.
We can negotiate with them.
Yeah.
From what I sense, the numbers in those, if we need more money from them, I think we can get it.
What I sensed was they all want it. That was what I thought was they all want it. They all saw this as a real opportunity, mainly because of the banquet space. All of them, Prue, were saying that they want to be able to hold events. They have people calling them, and they don't have good event space. So they view this as a great opportunity for them to hold events. So that was a big plus for us to hear that they really
5 years because you don't want to go to the Board of Finance. So
yeah.
I mean, if I understood, and then Anthony, this is where you have the expertise. If we get 1, 2, or 3 of them locked in to do it in 5 years without auto renewal, we don't go to the Board of Finance.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yep, 5-year lease or less.
Got it.
But going to the Board of Finance isn't the end of the world either. I honestly think they would. Yeah, I think they would go along with us. So.
You do?
Yeah, I don't think they would have a major.
They
might.
So if we were looking to go to, say, the number 2 revenue guy versus the number 1 because of some other reason, would the Board of Finance say sure?
we'd have to be able to we have to justify it amongst ourselves. So.
Let's say
second highest rent offer or something like that.
Yeah, there were two that were very close. The third one was quite a big difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so what I'm thinking is, this is what I mentioned to everybody, and Prue, this is what I'm thinking is that, maybe we wait another 2 weeks, we hold another, what I think would be an executive session so that we can talk and give pros and cons about all three of them without worrying about, what we're saying being part of public conversation. And so I would think that, again, if there's any follow-up, if anybody's any follow-up, let me or Prue know, and we can reach out to the bidders, and then maybe we schedule it for 2 weeks from today. Is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? What's a good day for everybody?
Mondays are good for me.
All right, so let's do Monday.
It'd be a telephone meeting, or would it be an in-person?
Just be us. Yeah, exactly. Just be us. Can we vote?
It would be an executive session, right?
You could do an executive session with a special meeting in the fall.
Yes, let's do that. All right, so.
A special meeting.
Tuesday?
I don't know if that's a problem for anybody. I have to say,
Not a problem for me.
Not a problem for me.
Let me just look, because I have Tuesdays are golf building committee meetings. So let me just look at my calendar here.
Yeah, if we could do Tuesday the 29th. Yeah, so let's do Tuesday. If Prue's good, because we might have a building committee.
Yeah, actually, that is good. September 29th, yep.
Oh, Tuesday, Pro? You sure? All right, because we're just picking dates, so. All right. Okay.
So wait, so we're looking at the 29th?
29th at 7 p.m. We'll try WebEx. I don't know. You guys good with that?
I've never used WebEx.
Yeah.
Zoom. I don't know.
Well, that's what the town uses WebEx.
Is this WebEx?
If we're meeting in person now,
We're doing a video.
Yeah, we're not allowed. That's why we had to do it. The only way to meet in person, this is what Anthony was explaining, the only way to meet in person was to be outside, which we...
The public wasn't coming.
Yeah.
okay. All right, fair enough. So WebEx and
You don't want to do that? You don't want to do that again at the clubhouse?
Right? Yeah, I know. I'd love to be able to, so, Prue, we're thinking once they get that the clubhouse open, they have a private room. They have a board room, like a meeting room.
Yes,
we should hold our meetings there. Let's do them there.
Great. Okay.
Once it opens. All right, so let's do 7 p.m. on Tuesday the 29th. We'll do a WebEx, and then immediately after that, I want to say, how long do you think it's going to take us, guys, to talk it through? Want to budget an hour, and then if we're done early, we're done early. All right, so let's do 7 to 8 executive session, 8 o'clock public meeting, special public meeting, just for that one agenda item.
Okay.
You guys are going to vote. We vote that night, or we vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be a special. It has to be a meeting, right? The executive
Yeah, it has
session
to be special, right?
Is that okay with you, Prue? Does that work?
Yeah, that works fine.
Okay.
All right, so then I'll get that agenda ready, because it's just going to be talking about the 3 concessionaires, right? The 3 bidders, right?
Say that again, Prue.
It's just going to be about the 3 concessionaire bids?
Yeah, just the concessionaire RFP, right.
Okay. And then are you going to vote on it at the public meeting?
Yeah, at the public meeting we'll vote.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
So hold on.
Hold on one second, Prue.
Okay, no problem.
Have the discussion. Then if there was, the numbers were one way and the feeling of the committee was another way, that we'd be able to go back and renegotiate to get better numbers from.
Well, we can do that. I think we could say we want bidder A, but only if bidder A accepts a number, whatever. We can do whatever we want to do. Yes.
Bidder B submitted.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we can do that with town rules.
Confirm that.
I just said yes. Right.
We'll have our meeting at 7 8 that night. Then we have an official vote at 8 o'clock. talk.
Yeah, and that'll be, yeah.
So we
Yep.
will go amongst ourselves.
In the executive session, yes.
You will.
I would say I make a motion to approve bidder A at whatever, if we want to change any of the terms, great. And then somebody will second it, we'll all vote. Maybe it's unanimous, maybe it's not.
As long as you don't vote in executive session.
Yeah, gotcha.
You can come to a consensus. You can
Okay, so I think you have to vote. Somebody has to make a motion to do this executive session,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Am I right, Anthony?
All right. She says we have to make a motion to set up this executive session and special meeting.
Is that
I'm
right?
happy to do it.
No, we can vote on that right now that we want to have an executive session with a special meeting. We could definitely vote on that and get that out of the way, just to cover it, and we could say, yes, we did this.
All right. I make a motion to have on Tuesday the 29th at 7 p.m. an executive session to discuss the bids for the concession, then immediately followed by an 8 p.m. public meeting for us to vote on that single agenda item.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Paul. All in favor? Everybody here voted yes.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. And then in the executive session too, guys, if we're not comfortable or we want to change a business term or something, we can.
We're not locked into a vote.
And that's why I wanted it to be executive session, so that we can throw these things out. Yeah, there's no vote until we vote. All right, good. Moving on, let's move to the Golf Pro RFP. We got a new updated one.
I have a bit of old business that's not on here.
Okay.
Remember we brought up last time about trying to get a system? So that should be under old business, I'm assuming, right? Because it was brought up last
The
week.
tee time system. Yeah, so where we are right now is we're still kind of stalled.
Right, up in the air. And, I mean, I've been doing a little bit of research on the systems between the Chelsea, Golf Now, Easy Link. I don't know what your feeling is, Jim, about any of those, but I'd like to move forward and investigate this because I feel like more and more people are having trouble with this Vermont system, and I don't know what the reason is.
I think it's a question for Anthony as far as what we're looking at,
Okay.
as far as revisiting that topic. It's not really.
Yeah.
I get involved once we decide to do it.
Okay.
It's not my
It was
decision.
the barter system that didn't work, right?
Right, because we agreed that we needed a new system, and we said that, I'm sorry, that you
No, it's fine.
that the best time to do it would be at the end of this current season. So I'd like to move forward and
So I can go a couple of different ways with this one for the time being.
okay.
I think the easiest thing to say is we can investigate it for sure. We absolutely can investigate it. Right now, it seems that there's only one big option out there, and then there's kind of like these one-off, smaller tee sheets that potentially could work. But I think as a commission, what we would need to weigh is kind of where we are as a whole. We are looking at a brand new concessionaire coming in, brand new clubhouse. We're talking Golf Pro RFP. That has ramifications potentially that Jim may not be the pro here. So do you roll all that out all in one shot? If Jim is here, and again, I think you're kind of still in the same situation. We're trying to get through a brand new clubhouse opening. Is it the right time to make that change right now? I mean, we're doing the most rounds we've ever done historically, and I know we've had some lively discussions about this, but I think I've only had a handful of complaints this year. I mean, it's far down from where it was the year before with more golf days. But now I'm not saying that there's not complaints coming up to Jim or amongst the golfers. I'm sure there are. But we could definitely explore it. And it just comes down to actual numbers of what the barter system for the Board of Finance wasn't going to work. They did not like how much money we were leaving on the table. The cash option, so to have the cash option, we've got to be able to put it into the budget. And then that goes back to our budget discussion that we were just having a little while ago. Well, we don't have that money in the budget right now, but if we start planning in September, October, we can have that money in the budget for July 1, which then puts us on for the next year, right, to
I mean, I get all that, but I thought that when we decided not to do it because of the barter system, it didn't work, and how late that was, we did agree at that point, and I don't have those minutes with me, that we would revisit this whole thing at the end of this season. Now, so should we do that?
Yeah, we were right on track for that.
Why don't we put it on the agenda for October?
I agree.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we put tea time system, Prue, on the agenda for October, and we can start talking about options, timing, because I do think we need to have this discussion.
Yeah, okay.
You got that, Prue?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Isn't this fun to have it, all of us in person and you remote?
You know what? I'm so jealous. I'm like, but it just didn't work out tonight. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. Not at all. All right. Moving to the RFP. Anthony sent an updated one that incorporated some comments. Jim is here. I know this has been a frustrating process for you, and so I am sorry. I sincerely mean this, and I'm sure I speak for everybody. I really hope you put a bid in. We'll see what comes of it, but I really hope you do. I'm signed off. I like now where we are on the RFP. Does anybody else have any comments at this point? Any questions? I think we get it out. I think that's where we are at this point. It's a 3-year term, which Jim raised. The three of us raised that issue of it just looked weird. So I think now we're at a 3-year term, which makes everybody feel a little bit better. So I say let's get it out and see what happens from there. You good?
Good.
All right. So let's send that out. Do we need to vote on that?
You can.
All right.
I don't.
Yeah.
When we can vote on make it all official, right?
All right. I've made all the motions. You make the motion. Yeah. Peter's making a motion. Priscilla, she seconded it. All in favor?
What is the Wait, what's the motion?
To approve. The motion was to approve the updated RFP.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. And we're all in favor of it. It's unanimous.
Okay, who
Christine's
seconded?
not on, right? No. Okay.
Who
seconded
the motion?
Priscilla.
Okay, thank you. And it was unanimous? Okay. Perfect.
All right. I think we get into communications. We got the email about tree management. We've talked a lot about trees. I think at this point we're just going to keep talking to Peter about trees. I think there's a whole lot more to do. I don't think anybody here really wants to do to hire a professional to do a tree analysis. I just don't think it's necessary right now.
Okay.
And Craig Curley's email about the follow-ups, we went through that in detail. So that's it. Anybody else have anything else before we adjourn? Jim does?
Oh, the food truck. Yeah, the food truck. No, that's right.
Oh, the one he said it went just recently, right?
Yeah. Food truck. They were asked for permission to have it on.
Did I miss this
In
email?
October, yeah. He sent it to me. I sent it out to the golf commission.
All right, so Paul's going to summarize it?
Yeah, so he wants to have a food truck for his end of the season golf outing. That's what it basically says in the letter. He expanded on it with me today because I explained that there could be some issues about big crowds of people. He said they were teeing off 4 in the front, 4 in the back, so 8 would be coming up to the fruit truck at a time. And brought up the idea of what is the name of this food truck in Fairfield? Tasty Oak. Vazzi's the supplier, but Tasty Oak was what he brought up with me today when he was talking to me about, people line up at this thing and they get their hamburgers and whatever. So,
Tasty Oak is just
yeah. And I think this is hot dogs and hamburgers with Vazzi.
What are we talking about? So I don't know. You can't guarantee there's going to be need at the time.
Well,
yeah.
Right, the waves are 8. That's what he's saying. The waves are 8 at a time.
Did they take a look?
And I'm sorry, who is this person who's having the outing?
Ralph Butera.
Oh, Ralph. Okay. Thank you.
Did you not get the letter either? I know I sent it around. So you responded. Did you get his response?
I did? Oh, dear.
No. I'm sorry. Jim responded.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing this, so I apologize. Maybe it's hung up in my email in spam or something. I don't remember seeing this. Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to Ralph. Ralph called me, though, so I knew about it. I don't know that I saw the email.
Yeah, all right. So I have not seen this.
I think the deal is that...
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jim.
My response was that this year, with what we've been fighting all year about people gathering in the parking lot, still enforcing social distancing and whatnot, it just can't really happen this year. It's a bad precedent to set. If we approve it for this outing, even though it's not even a men's club outing, it could lead to a request from the seniors, a request from the ladies. We don't have the parking to accommodate it, and there will be large crowds of people around there. We've been dispersing crowds all year long in the parking lot. It's just not going to work in that regard. It's your decision whether to do it or not. But I guarantee it's not 8 people at a time going up to the food truck.
And by the way, everybody will use it, even if they're not in that tournament.
Yeah.
I'll come up and use it.
That's right. Right.
So it sounds like we're not in favor of doing this right now. Okay.
I don't know if it's not. It's one of our bidders on the concession is providing the food truck also.
Yeah.
We're going to make our decision before that happens. Maybe you'll poison the food if he doesn't win the bid.
So
Oh,
who's gonna get back to him? Will you give or?
I don't know. I was just the guy he handed the letter to.
Oh, he just handed.
To respond or something.
I gotta read it. I don't even know. Yeah, I haven't even seen it.
Prue, did you get it?
Let me look through my emails.
Yeah, I don't remember getting it.
When was it?
Anthony, did you get it?
I don't know.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, why don't you do
Yeah,
that?
Christine, I did get an email just now from Christine. She said, Prue, I was going to try to call in, but I'm still at work. Sorry.
Oh man, sorry. She's stuck at work.
Okay.
She can't call in. Yeah.
All right, I'll call around and tell him no.
Fine. All right. So we're going to say no to that.
Okay, and I will check my emails, and if I have it, I will circulate it.
Yeah, please do. And I think Liam's going to circulate it too, because it seems like everybody got it, except Anthony and myself, actually. So it might have gotten hung up in our spams.
Okay.
All right. Anybody have anything else at this point? Priscilla does.
Yeah, I just had an email of who sent it out, email from Sarah Maturza of the women's group and supported
Yes,
Jim
yes.
for.
I got that one.
Yeah, did everybody get that?
Yeah, that was a great letter, great email. Thank you.
All right, yep, so everybody got that.
Yeah, we got that. All right. I have a motion to adjourn. Michael Feinstein seconded it. All in favor? Aye. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Prue, very much. Really appreciate it.
All right. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye.